All right, so this is an update from MAGA Voice on X. All right, so
Venezuela is really working out well. We're working along really well with the leadership, and we'll see how it all works out.
Are you expecting the meeting with Delcy to go?
At some point I'll meet. Yeah, she's been very good. Look, she asked us, can we take 50 million barrels of oil? And I said, yes, we can. It's $4.2 billion. And it's on its way right now to the United States. Venezuela is really working out well.
I gotta let this play again because yeah, the way it's worded, I don't know, man. What? She just gave 40 million barrels of oil to the U.S. That sounds like a bribe or something. It does sound like a bribe, man. Like what?
We're working along really well with the leadership, and we'll see how it all works out.
Are you expecting the meeting with Delcy to go?
At some point I'll meet. Yeah, she's been very good. Look, she asked us, can we take 50 million barrels of oil? And I said, yes, we can. It's $4.2 billion. And it's on its way right now to the United States.
All right, so hopefully, you know that. Well, I'm not gonna say hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I don't know anybody's circumstances, but uh, yeah, especially like for President Maduro, my thing is like, okay, is that like bail money to bail him out? Is that what it was? Was it like a squeeze on Venezuela to get money? All right, so with that 50 million barrels of oil, totaling 4 point something billion, is that going to grant some leniency towards Maduro's sentencing? And we just gotta watch this all play out, man. You know, um, so if you don't know, there's something going on as far as the Monroe Doctrine, right? It's a doctrine granted or written by the United States' fifth president, right? His last name was Monroe, and basically, it was to like the doctrine was initially made to keep European countries from further trying to colonize Latin America and the Americas, right? So it pretty much was like it was like, okay, well, y'all stay over there and do y'all European thing, and in America, we just gonna pretty much colonize the whole region, the whole Western Hemisphere, right? So just for some visible right, some visuals, just the Western Hemisphere over here, right, North America, South America, and then you see over there on the right, right above North America is obviously Alaska on the left, and then you got Canada, and then on the right you see that's Greenland, all right. So Greenland's supposed to have like some of the world's most uh, like I would say like minerals, like a lot of minerals. I watched a documentary earlier. I couldn't name all the minerals, but it's got some gems. It's got some real worthwhile minerals, and they pretty much how like the Trail of Tears happened in the United States, right? Like the same kind of thing happened up there with those people that's there, right? So they got the unalive self unalive rate is real high since United States set up bases in the 1900 in the mid 1900s, right? So they set up a military base, and they left all types of feces and toxic waste, like this. And you know what? It's actually sad, and Salaki for laughing. And hey man, call Allah like Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rakakodash. This is what the devil does, man. This is what these devils do, right? So now that the ice is melting, because I guess they didn't plan for global warming, because really what they did was they built like a military tunnel installation with various little pockets for different things, right, inside the ice. And the ice began to melt, and it pretty much crushed the infrastructure under the ice. They thought that ice would be added to ice over time, but it went the other way. It started melting. And so their stuff that they did it over there in Greenland is being revealed. And now they're trying to buy it. They're trying to buy Greenland, right? And so with that, they're trying to, I guess, by offering the purchase, I guess it would kind of keep them kind of in good standing with NATO, but Russia don't want that. So I think Russia is going to maybe assist in the United States effort to kind of just overtake Greenland and remove the people that live there. Have been living there their whole life. The reason why they like the self unaliving for those people that live there in Greenland is because basically when the Americans came and set up their little base, they pretty much displaced those people and told them like because they had a certain way of living. They was eating like hunting like seal and stuff like that, right? And that's what they've been doing for hundreds of years. And so when you take a man away from his livelihood, and then his children are born basically into captivity because they were pretty much put into like modern project style living, like they whole way of life is gone, and then you pretty much are being subsidized. How our people over here ended up getting subsidized, and then all of a sudden those subsidies are starting to vanish into thin air, and then all of a sudden like they got to make a power grab, through the Monroe Doctrine, using that as a okay, we have a means to enforce our policy because your country is not doing right by the oil and the minerals that it's got to sustain the world. So it's like we are the world thing with the whole Monroe Doctrine. That's really what it is, and they're using it as an excuse. Whereas they say the last administration, the Biden administration, didn't use the Monroe Doctrine, but they say this current administration is saying that they have the balls to push the Monroe Doctrine. All right, so this is what's going on. The Western Hemisphere is what they call a sphere of influence, right? Right. So you see hemisphere, right? So they want control of everything you see on the Western Hemisphere, and that means pretty much putting their name on it. Again, if that makes any sense. Okay, so like Mexico might not even like their plan if they have it their way 100%. They would rename Mexico, right? They would probably make it another state, just like Canada. Oh, we're gonna make Canada another state. South America, same thing. So they want control of the whole Western Hemisphere, and then the Eastern Hemisphere, they're gonna have to work that out over there on that side. But what I think is happening is, that order out of chaos, and the New World Order and all that. That's all a part of it. Because if you have the United States being like the kingdom on the Western Hemisphere, hypothetically, and then you got a king over there on the Eastern Hemisphere, that would be Europe, right? So that'd be the so-called YT man on both sides controlling everything. And so with Europe doing the digital ID, and then the European Central Bank, Christine Lagarde, and all them people, and then you got over there in Sweden, they doing what, the implantable micro chip. That's Revelation 13, 16, 17. You put it all together, all your health records and all that being on that implantable micro chip that these white people trying to push throughout the whole world, and then you got the two, you got the two Edomite kingdoms on either side, because you got to remember you got the small hats over there, the Amalekites, the chief tribe of those Edomite families that control the United States politicians. They bought and paid for your Congress through AIPAC. They bought and paid for all of your social media. I saw a video a brother put up the other day talking about them controlling, and the brother from GMS, Great Millstone. All right, so I'll subscribe to Great Millstone. The true elders and apostles for our nation is the elder apostles, man. All right, so double honors to them, and I want to say shalom to the one third part of Israel scattered to the four winds of the earth. So in the Western Hemisphere and the Eastern Hemisphere, there are Israelites in all these places you see. There's a brother from there's a brother in GMS right down there in Australia as well. You got brothers in Europe, brothers in Asia, some brothers in Africa, different parts, right? South America. We got brothers in Bolivia, North America, brothers in Canada, you know what I'm saying? And of course the internet does the spotting. It does a heavy lifting, And this message, of the scriptures is really, going out to the whole world. So part of this truth is being a watchman. That's a big part of it because you got to know what's going on and why it's going on, right? So yeah, man, if you got Edomites on both sides, both hemispheres controlling things, then there you have your new world order, especially when they come down with that mark of the beast, Revelation 13, all right, 16, 17, and 18. Okay, so that's that. Again, that's that implantable device that they pretty much are already rolling out in Switzerland, right, or Sweden, whatever, Sweden. So they unlocking their doors. They paying for candy and in the snack machine. They doing all this stuff. And I sent a video the other day. It's like, oh, they were like, oh, it's fun. It's just fun to do. It's just something different. That's the like the world's first cashless society. All right. I shouldn't say first, but I said it. In antiquity, in old days, they was trading with goods. Okay, gold and silver was actually the real money. That was the money. Making coins, and then they start debasing their currency by putting other elements and replacing silver with like nickel and other cheap metals, and that's why the value was going down. So it ain't that the fact that the cost of things are going up. No, it's the currency is losing value because they keep money printing. They keep doing what they call quantitative easing. All right, and that's manipulating the markets. All right, so the rich benefit and the masses end up paying higher. It seems like it's paying higher fees, but really it's just the devaluing of the currency. That's really what's going on. So you're being deceived, by means of visual deception, prices, and things of that nature, right? But yeah, man, this stuff's getting crazy. So Venezuela, the person down there in Venezuela is making a deal with Trump for 50 million barrels of oil, totaling 4 point something billion. All right, and America is going to accept it. Okay, so I mean, I don't, is that a gift? Is it a bail for Maduro? Once again, that's the question. But like as I stated earlier, all of this stuff got to play out, man. It's all got to come out. This story is like ever developing, so nobody's jumping to no conclusions. But we know ultimately this leads to a one world government, a one world currency, and a mark of the beast in Revelation 13, man. Once again, so I just want to bring this out. So yeah. With that being said, hopefully this is edifying to the next one. Shalom.